This is Elliot, and I will hopefully show you my demo of the VoxPop app in 5 minutes. So, in line with my vision of empowering anyone, anywhere to be heard and counted, my goal is also to make it as simple as possible for people or users to choose topics they care about, and B, to make the process of sending, receiving, and responding to surveys fast and easy. So after the user downloads the app, this is the home screen. Go to the bottom and you can create a new account. You register with all your personal and demographic information, but most importantly, in the center, you select topics of interest. It's topics that you care about. So by default, everything is selected. You can deselect, for instance, sports, and go into sports and just choose football. You can deselect the whole categories if you want. So it's very simple, intuitive, and easy to choose and pick and choose. But it's important to bear in mind that this is the differentiating factor with all other online surveys. One chooses the topics or issues they care about, which makes them pre-engaged and most likely to respond to the surveys. So now, after I've chosen the topics, set up, registered, I get a verification code. I am ready to log in. I will log in here using my Facebook social media account. And let's see. This will be the first screen of the app. So you can see the bottom is new surveys is highlighted, which means that there's a survey waiting for me to respond to. And you can see this is a beta test. My surveys are all previous surveys that I have responded to. You can let's look at this one, Prison for Pot. The premise is background on the survey. I can view the results of the previous survey. And that's the survey. All surveys are surveys on topics that I did not choose, and it's important because I can get an idea of other topics of interest that I may want to weigh in on in the future and take their surveys. And these are both live and finished surveys on topics that I did not choose. And then you've got your profile, which is basically edits for personal preferences and site preferences. Now, if I go back to my surveys, let me just show you this beta test. I can go into the premise, read it, and go into the survey. Let's go into the survey. Are VCs cutting back on funding startups during this economic depression? Let's say same funding as before. Done. I can check the result or edit the result. If not, I can submit it. And there's my response. And actually, if other people responded, I just created this, there'd be more information on this result page. And that's basically the sum of user engagement, which enables and empowers people to be heard and counted. So now, the process and engagement involved on the customer side of what I call my marketplace of data is also very simple and intuitive. I go to my website. I choose VoxPop for Business. I scroll down the page, and I want to create a new account. I enter the information here. It's all simple and intuitive. I sign up. I get a verification code, and then I can log in. So I'm logging in using my customer name of Elliot at VoxPop. I log in, and it takes me directly to create a new survey. The top information is the background for the survey, the title, the start time, the end time, and the survey premise. Then it leads me to, I can select or filter I can filter the demographics here as to who I'm sending the survey to. And it leads me to question number 1. I enter the question, and I select the number of answers. And that's it, really. That could be either a bar chart or a pie chart, and I save it. And that's question number 1. Then it leads me to question number 2. So it's very simple and intuitive. Manage access codes. That's for sending out private surveys to specific groups, having the access code in advance, which enables only them to receive this private survey. My surveys are all the previous surveys I've sent out that are open, closed, in process. And if I want to look at the results of any previous ones, I just go to the survey. Oh, actually, I go to View, and I can check out the previous responses. And finally, there's just the settings, which are payment information and other preferences. And that's basically it. That's my basic demo for VoxPop. Thanks.